Hey, what's up, guys? Spencer Rhodes here. So, Lydia has been an interesting character on The Walking Dead. Her character is a little different from the comics. I mean, they had to change her up from the comics because in the comics, Carl is still alive. Carl basically takes Henry's place. Carl is the one that finds her. Carl is the one that basically wants to rescue her and kind of starts this conflict between the Whisperers and the other communities, Alexandria, Kingdom, Hilltop, because at first Alpha just wants her daughter back, but it just gets more complicated. So there's the heads on spikes, and it's not necessarily Carl and Lydia's fault. I mean, they're just young teenagers that wanted to be together, and she didn't want to be abused by her mom anymore. I'm not going to blame them for like the heads on spikes, but you could say that their actions sort of set the course for the heads on spikes, which obviously sets the course for events leading up to the Whisperer War. Other than that, Lydia doesn't have too much of a role in the comics. She basically she rejects her mother's ways like the show, and she becomes a good guy like the show. But she just continues to be with Carl, and then she and Carl break up. There's kind of a love triangle between Lydia, Carl, and Sophia, who is also still alive in the comics, and Carl ends up choosing Sophia. And then the comics just kind of end out of nowhere. It's not really well done, in my opinion. It just kind of randomly ends, even though I feel like there's still loose threads. There's still characters that were underdeveloped that I wonder, like, what's the purpose? But I won't get into that here. Honestly, Lydia is one of them. Lydia is a character who I feel like she was just starting to get good in the comics. She was starting to come into her own, and they just kind of abruptly end the story. And she doesn't die, but she still has feelings for Carl, even though she's like married to someone, and Carl she flirts with him. I don't know, but that's her ending. She's like married to some guy, but she still flirts with Carl. It's yeah, I don't know. I think her character is better in the show. I definitely prefer TV Lydia. Cassidy McClincy, the actress, is killing it, just absolutely killing it. And right now, her story is at an interesting point because Lydia just wants to be alone. She just wants to be on her own. She's mad at Carol for using her. She's mad at her mom for abusing her whole life, and she feels like an outsider. People tried to beat her up and attack her. Negan, who was protecting her, is gone. And Carol tried to use her. So she's just kind of been sick of everyone, and she just wants to be on her own. So I don't know where exactly her story is going. I feel like Lydia is a character who's going to stay on the show the entire time. I feel like she's still going to be around in season 14. She's going to stay on the show. I feel like, at least for a while, at least for another 6-7 years, I just feel like she's a character that has a lot of potential, and besides Judith, she's going to be like that big young character that you root for, that we watch grow up, and she has the potential to be like one of the best survivors because she is a good person. She's just an abused teenage girl, but she has a heart, you can tell, and I think she's interesting because of her background. But once she learns to become more of a normal person, I think she has a lot of potential to be a really interesting character and someone who's really close to people like Daryl and is really a part of the main family in the show. I think her character is going to end up being like that. But it could take a few years. She might have to develop to get to that point. Keep in mind, right now, she's still learning a lot. She's still learning a lot about how to be a normal person because her mother never taught her. And she's really only been at Alexandria for a short time. So I think she's still learning. She's probably going on some adventures. We might get a bottle episode with her or half an episode with her where she's just traveling. Maybe she meets someone. Maybe she meets someone that's bidden or someone that's a bad guy or just a bunch of walkers. I don't know. But maybe she goes on like this self-growth journey. And at some point she's either going to go back to Alexandria or she's going to get found by someone. She could get found by Daryl, and Daryl's like, "Hey, you need to come back to Alexandria. Come on, just come with me. I'm sorry for what happened, but just come with me, come home." And she finally listens to him. Maybe that's the end of her story arc this season. I don't know. I don't quite know where they're going with her, but I know that eventually she's going to end up back at Alexandria. Maybe Negan finds her. Negan's kind of out and about right now. And Negan does care about her, so maybe she'll listen to him and they'll both go back to Alexandria. I don't know. Maybe her mother runs into her. Her mother's also kind of out and about right now. So who knows? Who knows what characters she'll end up running into? But I know that eventually she's going to end up back at Alexandria, probably before the season ends. I think they're just having her like sort of like Carl with the pudding. Like she's just going to be out there doing some self-discovery, going on her own journey, and learning some things. I think that's what's happening with Lydia in this back half of the season. But she'll eventually learn, and she'll somehow end up back at Alexandria. And then she'll live on to season 11 and season 12, because she's not dying anytime soon. She's definitely not dying anytime soon. I don't think she's dying anytime soon. I think her character is here to stay. Anyway, that's all I have for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and as always, don't be shy. Hit that like and subscribe. I'm not going anywhere. I make 1 to 2 Walking Dead videos per day, so please hit that subscribe button. Right now we are at 750 subscribers. My goal is to try to get to 800 in the next few months. So just remember, every subscriber counts, every bit of support matters, and is very, very appreciated. Hopefully we can get to that goal of 800. Anyway, with all that said, I am Spencer Rhodes, and I will see you guys later. Bye.